Hi there. Well, I'm at my local airfield and I've got my lovely Keil Kraft Gypsy, and it's about time we did some test glides just to see how this thing's going to perform and whether it's trimmed right before we let it go under power. Now there's a little bit more of a breeze than I was expecting this morning, but it's not too bad, so hopefully we'll get some decent test glides out of this. Anyway, let's see how it goes. That looked nice. Right, well that looked quite nice. I think we lost it because it curved round out of shot, and I think because it wasn't directly into the wind just took it that way a little bit. So I'm going to try and take it a little bit more in this direction, and we can camera it up. A little bit of a stall on that. You have one more go. When you got a little bit of a stall like that, I need to make sure that it's actually a genuine stall rather than my throwing. So we'll have another go, and I think it's better into the wind that way. You can see the wind blowing the prop. Yeah, there's a definite stall on that, so I think I'll just put a little bit of trim on it. Okay, so I've put a little bit of balsa, you just see there hopefully, and it's 1/16 just at the front of the tailplane. See if that just brings it down a little bit. And I think the wind has even dropped off a little bit more now. That's good. Oops, get the nose block in properly. Okay. Oh, haha, how sweet was that? But we'll have to try that again. Now that was looking really nice. So we'll have another go. Just make sure it wasn't a fluke. Yeah, I think that is good. The wind was just a little bit stronger on that launch than it was on the previous one. So we'll have best of three. Right, it's gone still again, so hopefully this will be right. Oh, that's nice. I'm really pleased with that. Now I'm just going to give this a few winds, not a lot, because I haven't got the radio connected up, and I don't want to lose it because I'm not allowed really to, well, I'm not allowed to fly free flights here, but I'll consider this a test flight. It's probably got about 20 winds on it. Just consider it a test glide. So now we did have a little bit of a stall there, so I'm just going to do another test glide, and I'm just wondering whether I should put a 1/8 piece under the back and just see what that is like. No, I think that's looking good. Actually, I am going to stick a 1/8 piece on, and then at least we'll know if it's not right. It's got no harm in trying it, and then we'll get the stooge set up. Okay, got a piece of 1/8 in, which to be honest could do with angling a little bit because it's lifting up the back, or it was very slightly. It's down now, but if we're going to fit that as permanent, I'll need to just make a, like I say, make it a slightly tapered piece of balsa. But anyway, it's lovely and still now. Oh, well, that did go better. Let's go and get it. Yeah, I actually really like that with that bit of balsa under. So we'll have one more go. Yeah, I think that's quite nice. Okay, third time lucky, and then we'll make a decision, and we'll fit whatever needs. Just make sure that's down. Yeah. hopefully that is in shot, but that looked really nice as well. Right, well, I really like that, so I'm going to just, like I say, take that piece of balsa into a little bit of a wedge, so it's not lifting this back up at all, which it is very slightly. So I think I'm going to take it into a wedge and make sure that back edge is right down, and then just give it one more test. Actually, there's a couple of points I should make before I set this thing off into the wild. I appreciate that this prop, it's a 12-inch prop, is going to be woefully inadequate. The original Keil Kraft plans had a 17-inch prop, and I am going to put a 17-inch prop on it, and I have got one ready to go. But I just fancied seeing how it would fly with the prop that was supplied in the kit, and then seeing the difference it makes to put on a real prop, or a proper size prop. And the other thing is, I'm just going to start low with this. I'll maybe put 100 winds on it, something like that, and just see how it takes off and gradually build up. But I'll put my head camera on and I'll let you know the winds. Anyway, let's get set up. Okay, so we've got actually 200 winds, not 100, and I've got the radio on. Just check. And now let's see what happens. Oh, absolutely lovely. Well, that went really nice. It just, it was going in a dead straight line really nicely, and hopefully you'll see that from the head cam. And I just put in a little bit of touch on the rudder, and it just curved round, and we can see it in the field over there. So I'll go and get that, and we'll put on maybe 400 winds. I was really excited by that. That was great. Okay, here we are, nose down in the field, but I can't imagine for a second there's any damage done. No, looking good. So let's get this back and wound up. Right, so I'm going to put 400 winds on it this time. I've been foiled a little bit by technology because my head camera isn't working because the battery has gone flat for some reason. So I'm going to tilt the camera up once I've wound it up, and hopefully if I point it off to the sky that way, we'll get a lot of the flight. So my apologies for that. Okay, that's 400 winds, and if I can make sure I've got a firm hold of the hook, because these things do get lively and have a mind of their own. You certainly need a good grip. But that's 400 winds now. That is so frustrating about my head camera, but there will be other gorgeous days. So okay, that's on properly now. There we go. And actually, I hadn't really thought about it, but the thrust angle on this seemed to work really, really nicely. It didn't seem as if there was a problem either way. It went just lovely. So I'll move the camera now, get my transmitter on, and hopefully we'll capture as much of this flight as we can. So, right, radio's okay, I'm in shot, we got 400 winds. Let's just check everything looks all right. Okay then, and let me just check once more the rudder. Oh yeah, here we go. And well, that seemed to veer off, like there was a little bit of rudder on that side, and I corrected it with the rudder, and we had an okay landing over there, but that was a little bit strange. I'll go and have a look. Well, that last flight really put an end to flying the Gypsy, or at least temporarily, because there's actually no damage done. But what has happened is the rubber motor has spun and it's gained kind of diameter within the fuselage, and it's grabbed hold of the wires that come down for the pull mechanism for the rudder, and it's entangled itself around, and it's pulled the tailplane off the seat at the back here, and you can see the angle at which the pull cables come down have been pulled down into the fuselage. Now, as I said, I don't think there's any damage done, so I'm going to, I guess in hindsight, which is a wonderful thing, it was inevitable that they could get caught up as the motor span faster and do this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the cables out on the top of the fuselage here and run them down over the top to the rudder, and that will be a lot safer. I mean, it didn't help that the prop with 400 winds, this small 12-inch prop, was spinning quite as fast as it was. That really didn't help, and I didn't like that. But I really wanted to try that. It was a bit of an experiment to see how it worked. But I think I've had enough of that prop, and I've now got a 17-inch prop here that I'm going to be using. So I'm going to get this all fixed up, sorted, and we'll get it back to the airfield and try again. But I'm going to draw this video to a close now, and I'll do another video and I'll just show you how I've done it, and then we'll get it to the airfield. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed seeing the trim flights and the first Maiden flight, which looked really promising. I was really pleased with it. Just a shame this happened. But anyway, hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks very much for watching, and please come back, see how we get on putting this right and getting this bird back up in the air with a decent prop.